So years ago, my sister Catherine and her husband, who had done very well in their respective careers, retired early, and they purchased an old dairy farm in western Colorado. But when they moved there, they began to have the family that they had postponed having. And when their daughters were young, they made a fateful decision. And it came about by reading an article in the local newspaper where bum lambs were being offered for $5 a head. So in either case, a rancher might find him or herself with a number of these bum lambs who, if they're going to survive, they'll need some human help. It was laborious, but it was also quite tender. And those 5 ewes became the matriarchs, if you will, what grew to be a flock of, a herd of maybe, 30 or 40 sheep in the end. Here's the remarkable thing. When any human being, right, Uncle Steve would come to visit, but any human being, when you would walk into that pasture of sheep, they would all scatter in fear. Sheep are very sort of skittish animals. They would scatter in fear, except for 5 formerly bum lambs who would come running to greet you, right? And why would they come running? Because they knew a human touch. They had been raised by gentle, loving human hands. They knew us, and we knew them. And I think of that story because that is precisely the sort of tender intimacy our Lord is suggesting when he likens himself to the Good Shepherd and suggests that he knows us and that we know him in turn. That he knows our voice and we know his voice in turn. And I don't know about you, but that strikes me as tremendously good news. And I know there are times we wonder, is the Lord listening? Does he hear us? Am I making any sense in all my prattling on, in my prayer, in my worries, in my just murmurings to myself? Well, of course we make sense because he made us, he knows us, he loves us.